mic test. This is the mic. Oh. Is it working? Can you hear me? It sounds like I can hear me. All right, let's see if we can't get this thingamagoing. All right, let's move this thing. I've been having trouble. Been having some technical difficulties getting started up. All right, where's my paint stream? There's my paint stream. Think it's working? Looks like it's working. Sounds like it's working. Camera's working. All right. Fantastic. Let me turn off my audio feedback here. All right, so I've been struggling to get this stream started up today. Also, hello, another Nate. Good to see you in on another stream. Let me know if you're having any latency issues. It looks like I'm in the green light here on the OBS. But yeah, here we are back at it again today. I had a client hit me up about an UrbanMech project, and they need it in a timely fashion. So I decided to get at this in a timely fashion, and we're going to be painting up this UrbanMech Lance. The joys of living downtown. Sounds like they're escorting somebody is what's going on here. Maybe some politicians in town. Yeah, this is probably going to go on for a minute. Love it. Big fan of what's happening right now. I'm just going to do this till it's over. All right, somebody needed a 60 motorcycle escort through downtown SF onto the freeway. It's absurd. Happens a lot. Anytime there's a politician coming through town or whatever. Anyhow, that's enough griping. Let's see. In the last 20 minutes or so, I have been working behind the scenes here to get these little Irby boys and gals primered up with some brand new Stynal Res. It is chug-a-lugging for me over here. Let me see if the main computer is also chug-a-lugging. If it is chugging or not. It might just be that the laptop via which I'm watching my feedback here it's on Wi-Fi, and it's a kind of a busted old computer. So I got a computer here at my feet with a little monitor right there, about this big. I got a laptop right here via which I'll be able to chat with folks. And then I've got my main computer over there, which is actually controlling the stream. It is a shitty mess. Anyhow, where was I? Oh yes, we were talking about these here UrbanMech boys, and the client has a pretty specific palette that we're going to use. So I've gone out of my way to pick up all the ingredients to replicate their paint style and paint scheme. I think it's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun. So let's break down what's going on here. All right, so their main color scheme is Xandri Dust with dark vermilion on the, I believe it's the left arms, the left limbs. We'll put a panel here or there. We're going to do some Agrex Earthshade. The bases are going to be done up with Sterling Mud and Scrag Brown. And then we're going to do green cockpits. I guess we also are going to need some Vallejo Metal Colors jet exhaust. And then, of course, as always, the Liquitex white ink. And as a bonus, I am going to film this, and we're going to make a video about UrbanMechs. Again, new video about UrbanMechs. Or painting UrbanMechs this time. I guess the other one was also about painting UrbanMechs. So yeah, I'm here. I'm ready to stream. I got me my tripod and camera. And let's do an up close shot of this stuff here. So I had originally planned on just getting these chunkers, these little chunkers done. Getting these trash cans painted up, but I think we'll probably turn this into 2 days of streaming, and then yeah, traffic noise is insane right now. It's naturally because I'm starting up the stream, as is tradition. But yeah. In any case, we're going to be doing a little bit of streaming, a little bit of painting, a little bit of working, a little bit of brush work. Music's working. Everything seems to be okay. So let's start out by reconstituting and rehydrating this here wet palette. I cannot believe the traffic noise right now. Let me just tell y'all, rush hour does not exist anymore. It is always rush hour at all hours of the day. Sometimes randomly at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, sometimes at 3, sometimes at 5, and then sometimes at 6:41 p.m. You never know. Can't trust that rush hour is a thing no more. Okay, so we need to start by hydrating the wet palette and get it going again. This is the aftermath of the Berserker stream. You know, I am seeing that my stream over there on the Ethernet cable is kind of chugging. I'm dropping frames. Let's see if that improves it. Is that any better? We still dropping frames? Hopefully it stays nice and stable and we can stream. I did recently upgrade the graphics card in my main computer. I might put my old 1050 in this workstation computer. Thinking about that today, actually. Just ain't got time to do it because you know, I'm in school now. Once again, another semester. This is my 11th semester in pursuit of this art degree. Definitely taken too long to do it. Yeah. Smooth now, you say? Smooth? It does look smooth. It does look smooth now. That's my audio. Audio seems all right. You know, it's remarkable. I try to get these kinks ironed out before we start up, but you know, you can't ever predict all of them. Anyhow, we're gonna get this here thing going, and we can get started on this project. Get some cute little urban mechs painted up. You know, I jumped at the chance to pick these mechs up, or to take on this project, because urban mechs are garbage. You know, I know everybody loves them. I love it too. It is the funnest little meme, but they are trash. They're absolute garbage. They're too slow. They're too fragile. And, you know, people take them because the memes, and then their urban mech just dies. The advantage of an urban mech is that a militia force on a planet can afford urban mechs to you know, police non-mech situations. That said, when this client hit me up about doing a UrbanMech Lance, I was just immediate, no question. In fact, that's why I'm willing to work on such a grind. For those of you who are interested in picking up your own commission from me, check out the link, my Fiverr gig link in the description of this video. I believe it's in all the videos anymore. Just know it's usually about a 3-week turnaround. You can pay for expedited project, or in certain fringe cases, I would be more than willing to take on what do you call it? Extenuating circumstances. And my gigs also have the option to turn your feature into a video. Now, if it's a project that I am super stoked about, or is somehow like interesting, or I think the algorithm will pick it up, I may do it anyways, but there's no guarantees. However, if you want to guarantee that your mechs become a video, make sure to check out that extra little tick box on the gig. You can not only order your set of mechs through me, but you can have it made into a video here on Country Fried Minis. For a small financial incentive to cover my time and effort. Yeah, check it out. Also, prices will stay where they're at through the holidays, but given the demand lately and the amount of work that I'm willing to put into these things, prices are going to go up in the new year. But not until the new year. We're going to go all the way through the holiday season at the current price point. So if you want to take advantage of our low competitive prices on your own custom lances, make sure to hit us up over on Fiverr. Pretty damn affordable right now. I'll ship anywhere worldwide. Digressing. I was thinking I was going to do this here Xandri Dust. With the airbrush, but I think we're gonna do brushwork here. Hello, 50 yen. Yeah, I just saw that you tossed a sub. It's well appreciated. I'm really glad you enjoyed the big hunchback. We'll do some more silly projects like that, and I'm really glad you went back and saw that Samus. That was a really fun video, and I thought it expressed some fun techniques. I really like that method of going over the metallic coat with these here speed paints, which I highly recommend. These speed paints, these are the 1.0 speed paints, which have that reactivation problem that people describe. I don't think it's a problem. I think it's a boon that can be used to your advantage. Millennium Model Mayhem, welcome. Glad to see the Hunchback video is doing well. Yes, Hunchback video has overperformed everything else on the channel for a first couple days release. We'll see if it keeps bringing people in. But as it stands right now, I'm really, really satisfied with the results. I do think it probably would have had a little more traction if I was able to get it out in a timely fashion with the text video. But, you know, Baldur's Gate 3 happened, and life happens, and, you know, again, I'm in school again this semester, taking a full-time load over at San Francisco State University. And I'm a senior this year. So just one more semester after this, and I'll have my bachelor's degree, and I can, you know, see what we're doing going forward. I hope to be doing YouTube. Oh, right, I got like 3 others to show that video. Well, that would be awesome. No pressure to do so. Of course, it always helps the channel. What's most important is that you enjoyed it. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I started this channel as a, you know, a way to get myself to paint more models. And in some of my early stuff that's not up anymore, you know, I keep making the claim that this content was for me, and it was for the longest time. I do get an immense amount of satisfaction making video art and uploading it, but really, it has become for y'all, become a production for y'all. It is, you know, there's a small subsect of the population that seems to enjoy Country Fried Minis Productions. So the Country Fried Minis Productions will continue. Plus, I'm having a blast doing it. Paint, paint, paint. Hello, Tyler. Welcome. Seismic, I found the video through Locust Labs Twitter. Great vid. Been looking at some of your other vids and really loving them. Well, howdy, Seismic. Thank you very much. Locust Labs was really cool about this project. I felt super guilty. I had originally planned on getting the Hunchback out the day after the text video dropped, and I couldn't get it done despite having so much lead up. I'd be embarrassed to tell you how much time I actually had to do the thing and failed. But we got it out finally, and the enthusiasm and warm welcomes from over at the Locust Labs community has been really awesome. Another shout out to Locust Labs. If you're not over there already and don't have and you're not paying the $8 a month Patreon fee for the fabulous monthly drops, what are you waiting for? They are so good. We're gonna see a really awesome quad mech come out soon, and I believe a catapult is on the horizon, so I'm super stoked for that. Well worth it. Plus the detail on the Locust Labs models it's spectacular for BattleTech. They print nicely, they take paint nicely, and they are detailed enough that they blow up nicely. The only thing that would have made that Hunchback better is if I could have got it done in resin, which I tried. 50 yen, nice. Good luck with uni. Yes, thank you very much. The finish line is looming. I have finished most everything. I've done all my upper division art stuff. It's interesting in that I have not been able to get into the lower division art classes, the studio courses, because they fill up. I think there's 24,000 students at SFSU. So because of that, I've got to take. I'm now in my. Love them sirens, by the way. They're just so good. Now that I'm in my senior year, I'm getting to take some lower impact courses. I'm taking Introduction to Digital Media Arts, which is awesome. It's just, you know, getting to play with Photoshop. And then I'm taking a Intro to Digital Photography course, which has been really nice so far. I just did a series of pictures of the San Francisco Design District. I I park really far from my apartment because, well, the parking sucks around here. And I often will walk through that neighborhood at like 2 o'clock in the morning. And yeah, I got some really good pictures. Nice chill final semester. Well, it's not my final. It's my final year, I should clarify. But I think my next semester is even better in that, like, I just have to take one final upper division course and I think 2 electives to satisfy the degree, which is awesome. I've got a professor who has suggested that I do a program called the CEEL. I can't remember what it stands for. Something experience evaluative learning, I think is what it's called. Basically, there's a course for art degrees where you can put together a portfolio and present an argument to the department that your life experience is worth a college credit, up to 3 credit hours. It might actually be up to 6 credit hours. And my video art professor from 2 semesters ago was making the argument that content creation is an interdisciplinary endeavor and should be regarded as art itself. And I think I'm there. I just realized I've been off frame. I kind of agree that content creation is indeed art. And yeah, I'm gonna put my hat in the ring on that and try to claim that all the hours of doing YouTube is worth some college experience. I mean, it really is. If you think about mini painting specifically, when it comes to video art, there's some foundational art stuff going into producing the models, like color theory and use of acrylics, you know, compositional elements and whatnot. You've got to create the videos themselves, do the layout, create the whole, you know, the film, as well as, you know, talking head bits. There's public speaking elements that go into it. I think there's an argument to be made that it's tough, it's hard work, and it may not be gallery fine art, but it's art nonetheless. And hey, who knows, it might be worth a few of them bonus credit hours, which would be really cool if I could get 3 free college credit hours next semester and maybe get a little more sleep than I've been getting. Anyhow, it's been a topic for some time, because I started at City College in 2018, I think. Yeah, this is my 11th semester, something like that. Sorry, I'm really quick double checking my paint scheme here that I need to do. Double checking that it is on the left side. I'm pretty sure it's left arm, left leg needs to go this color. But before I get too far in, yes, it is this super bright dark vermilion color on the left side. Awesome. Anyhow, hope everybody's doing well tonight. Thank y'all for stopping by. The Hobby Hangout is a place where, well, you can see what I'm working on. We can chat models, we can chat whatever. All of the live streams are definitely a place for people to put their 2 cents in about what's going on here in the bullshit corner. here at Country Fried Minis. Feedback, good or bad, all is appreciated, and I hope y'all are having a good time doing some hobby stuff yourself. Actually, in fact, that checks out. I hope you get the free credit. Hell yeah. Yeah, me too. I'm gonna put a poll in the chat real quick. You'll let me run across the room for a moment. Get this going. All right. I'll be right back, I swear. I'll be right back, I swear. Let's do a whole best. Almost there, y'all. And up. R63. Let's call this the 63. Actually, we'll do the 63 because I want to get in. Start to roll mess. No, what's the best? My apologies. I don't have a great setup over here to type on my streaming computer for this end. How do I boop the bow, that one, and then we hide the poll. Yeah, there we go. Large urban mech he made alone should be worth the credit. Yeah, that urban mech was a ton of fun, and it is actually the video that kind of cemented the channel into a BattleTech channel. I want to do other stuff. I've got some fun Infinity things. I've got some like Ralpartha models. I've even got some Warhammer stuff to paint up. But with the unexpected success of the big urban mech video, this has kind of been cemented as a BattleTech community. So I'd say 60% of the content going forward will be BattleTech related. But yeah. And for what it's worth, while I'm tossing out a few subscriptions to folks, for what it's worth, for as little as $1 a month, you could join up as a channel member and have access to a fun badge next to your name, as well as biscuit-based emojis here on YouTube, and permanent discounts in the Threadless store if you want to pick up a fabulous Country Fried Minis t-shirt to show your love for the channel. Furthermore, at some point in the future, haven't worked out the kinks yet, I would really love to do some community streams where we play some tabletop RPGs in Tabletop Simulator with community members. I was thinking something like either Morkborg or Dungeon Crawl Classic, something that's like really high risk. You stand a high chance of dying, so we could rotate folks out and get people to participate. So just, something to consider. I haven't quite worked out what we'll do for community exclusive content. I really don't want to leave anybody out right now, but yeah, it's probably the best way to show support for now. That, and if you'd like to join up on our Discord server, you can check out the link in the description. and come on over and chat and show off your models. We'd love to have you over there on the Discord. We've got room for just about everything. A little bit of Warhammer, a little bit of Battletech, a little bit of Infinity the game. We're running a contest right now. Paint up a peripheral model for Infinity. So that's just like this little dude. By the end of the month, we'll do a voting on the Discord, and yeah, folks will have a chance to win a fabulous 2-player starter set for Infinity the game. So check it out. Anyhow, that's enough shilling my support options. As always, the real support and best support is your viewers. Just seeing you here, catch the content, to watch the videos, comment, the like, the dislike, whatever you got, whatever your prerogative is, that's what it's all about. Yeah. Anyhow, looks like we're just about done base coating these boys in Xandri dust, and good. The first one I started on should be dry by the time I get done with this one. I'm using a rough and ready 3-round brush by Princeton Art and Brush Co. Real cheap, real good. Not a sponsor, but I do recommend it. I'll pull one out, or show what you get from them. So if you're doing your own hobbying and you're on a budget, check out these Princeton Art and Brush Co. Real Value sets. I think this set was like $6.99, $7.99, something like that. You get a 20-0 liner, a 3-round, a 3-round, a 3-0 round, a 0 chisel, and a 12-0 fan brush. And they're all golden Taclon. So they're synthetic and cruelty free. And well, they hold a good tip for far longer than a $2 brush should. So yeah, check them out if you have a art store nearby. I don't know if Hobby Lobby would carry them. In my experience, Hobby Lobby kind of does their own brand stuff, but I know you can pick them up on Amazon. All right, continuamos. It looks like the Xandri dust is dry enough to paint right up against it. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to get the camera back out and film it for the next, well, not the next video, but the next video, maybe? Not sure. It'll be coming up, though. We'll do a video on these plucky little boys. All right, so next on the agenda, we'll show this to the camera, and then I'll show it to this camera. We're going to be working with this Vallejo Dark Vermilion. My apologies if this camera's white balance is blown out. It doesn't compensate really great for it, unfortunately, for the bright light I have here. But we have this super vibrant dark vermilion, and we're going to add a couple drops of water to it. Now, I wonder if I could bring that brightness down somehow. Don't know. Let's go with the... Yes, we'll use this one. We'll go with another Princeton. We're going to use this number 2 brush. It's got a fat bottom, but a sharp tip, so I can be accurate with it while also loading it down with a ton of paint. Alright, so we're going to do the left arm and left leg. There's something crusted in this. I think I'm about to clean this with a little rubbing alcohol. Let's do this. Oh my goodness. There we go. Let's clean a little, I guess it's not rubbing alcohol, it's isopropyl. Which I think is different. Pretty sure rubbing alcohol is ethanol. Okay. Get this brush cleaned out. Pour this out. Alright, yeah, so we'll get started with this here vermilion. And yeah. Paint his little tootsies up. Maybe move this out of the shot so my camera will focus. Nope, same. 50 yen, what do you use the fan brush for? Like, what does it do well? I've been stumped about that one. I'm kind of still in the trying to figure that out stage, to be honest. I used it for the... I did a Mech Lance, and I used it to, like, splatter paint. And it worked really well for that. I think it'd be great for terrain applications or painting bases. Anywhere that you've got a surface that's large enough to justify its use. Or perhaps applying camouflage patterns. I bet it'd be good for that. Honestly, it's not a great choice, but it comes in the set. And honestly, the set is cheap enough that even if it wasn't included, it would still be an amazing deal. I'm a big fan of quality cheap brushes because I don't use animal products. And unfortunately, there is no truly humane way to source natural fibers for brushes. Of course, that's largely a matter of opinion. Let me put that out there. I'm not trying to crusade and drop hot takes, but that's my stance and where I'm coming from. So I use synthetic brushes, and the side effect is, well, synthetic brushes are great for a couple of applications, but they break down like 100 times quicker than a good natural hair brush. So I'm a fan of really good cheap ones because I got to replace them pretty often. Definitely more often than like what's it called? A Kolinsky Sable, I think is what it's called. Pigment powder. Pigment powder with the fan brush. Ooh, I'm going to have to try that out. I'm indeed going to have to try that out. I have a ton of pigments. Well, I use the hard pastels, and you grind them down into a powder, and they work perfectly for pigment powders of all colors. Okay, so on the agenda tonight, we're going to base coat these boys. We're going to ink wash these boys. And then take a look at what the clock is looking like at that point. And probably get some other details on them. Maybe, maybe not. In all likeliness, I'll probably be running the stream again tomorrow as well. IPA is also at a higher percentage. I think I got a bottle of 99% for cleaning my brushes. Okay. Another Nate says, wool is humane, but would make terrible brushes. Yeah, I'm trying to imagine. That's just a mop at that point, right? It's, yeah. Your point about the IPA, 50 yen. I use I only keep 3 solvents at my workstation. And I don't have the jug handy, do I? No, it's probably under the sink. I keep a jar of where's it at? I keep a jar of LA's Totally Awesome ready. This is in a Vegenaise jar, not actually what it comes in. I buy mine off of Amazon by the gallon. Stuff's really good for clearing paint. You know, toss a model in there, leave it for a couple days, bring it out, takes the paint off really nicely. So I use LA's Totally Awesome. I keep 99% isopropyl. I used to use a lower concentration. I think it was 70. But the 99 is really good for breaking down 3D print resin. And then I also keep a jar of acetone. And I largely use the acetone for cleanups and washing out my airbrush. Though I have been informed that acetone can damage the Teflon rings in your airbrush, so use it very carefully. That said, I do find that acetone is very effective at cleaning my airbrush and keeping it running, especially if it ends up like too caked up or with a bad clog. The acetone will do wonders. I guess I also have a giant jar of Games Workshop sprues up on the shelf that are immersed in acetone. So big old container of sprue goo up there. But yeah, there's a few solvents you should probably have for your hobby desk. Oh, I lied. I have one more. Where's it at? It's all the way up top. All the way up here. I keep a little bottle of Goo Gone. Yo, just got gifted a membership. Sick. Yeah, excellent. Enjoy. No pressure to keep it up. The cheapest tier is $1 a month, and it gives you access to some really fabulous biscuit emojis in the chat, as well as discounts to the Threadless store. If you end up wanting to pick up a piece of merch, just shoot me a message, and I'll give you a discount code that'll let you get it at the manufacturer's cost. It's substantial discount. Do the BattleTech plastics melt with acetone? Yes, absolutely. I would assume so. I don't know with certainty, so I'm saying yes definitively like I know, but I don't know, but I would assume so. If you're looking to strip the models, I would recommend LA's Totally Awesome. You can leave them in it for like a day, and it'll loosen everything down to the primer layer, and you can pull it off real easily without damaging the plastic. Maybe I ought to do a short video about making sure people don't use acetone on their BattleTech models. That'd be fun. If they're styrene, they melt in acetone. I'm assuming they're styrene. They definitely feel like plastic and not resin. Oh, what would be a good mech to melt in acetone on a short? It's got to be Clantech, surely. What would piss the people off the most to see melted? Who is more beloved? UrbanMech is beloved, but I don't think it's epic enough. What's a hard to get model? Like the Mad Cat TC. I always use Super Clean or Simple Green. Degreasers are great for stripping acrylic paint without damaging the plastic. Yeah, I never had a lot of luck with degreasers until switching to the LA's Totally Awesome, but I think it's in kind of the same category of chemical. 50 yen, waiting for my Tamiya Extra Thin to hit half a bottle so I can turn it into sprue glue. Oh, that's a good point. I have some Mr. Hobby thin cement, but I don't use it enough. I paint a lot of 3D printed models these days and metal models, so I'm not gluing a lot of stuff together with my plastic cement. Anyhow, it's, looks like people are voting on the UrbanMech. No flappy boys tonight. Straight to work then. Flappy boys. What are you talking about, flappy boys? Oh, I know what you're talking about, the flappy boys. Yes. No bats. I recall this tale. Ah, yes, that's a little piece of knowledge that you know about our community member here, another Nate. If you were a member of our Discord, okay, you know, I don't know how I feel about this dark vermilion color. It is interesting. It's a little bit pink, it's a little bit orange, it's a little bit red. I'm glad to have it in the collection. I think I could find use for it. Man, that camera is so washed out though. See if I can't fix that. What if I just turn this off entirely? Wish I could stick around, but I got to get up early. I'll catch the next one, sir. Hope to see more and more Battletech stuff. It's my focus right now. Well, thank you so much for stopping by, Halagaz. We'll probably be streaming again tomorrow. More shenanigans to come soon. My streams are usually 6 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time, though they can be anytime, really. Just, so, you know, the focus is the big content. But yeah. Thank you indeed for stopping by. Zeus. Blackjack is popular on my phone. 50 yen suggests killing a Zeus. Oh, that would rustle my jimmies. It might be a good one to melt in the acetone. Blackjack. I wonder if I have a blackjack. I don't have a lot of catalyst models. I mostly use the Iron Wind metals for my personal collection. I like them old sculpts. But that's because I am old. Old as the dirt itself. Another Nate. Also, I have both a commission and a challenge for you. I've been drubbed most heinously by the Inspiration Fairy. Oh. Pray tell. You have an idea. Would it make for riveting content? Is it a personal challenge? What did you have in mind? I need a copy of your hunch, but at regular game scale, with the girls on a separate tile. Ah, yes. Wait. So the cat girls in 6mm size. Now that could be interesting. So they're originally 28mm models. So they got upscaled a bit for the big Hunchback video. But the Hunchback is available for all tiers over on the Locust Labs Patreon. That is even if you are on the $1 tier, just showing your support, you can have access to the fabulous Hunchback models. A lot of fun. As an actual support unit. Oh yeah. Yeah. I wasn't necessarily thinking of doing 6mm cat girls because I don't think the detail would hold up, but I was leaning towards putting together a lance of hunchbacks now. Although it'd be with the HBK 5N, which drops the small laser and a 1.5 tons in armor, and adds 3, I want to say they're rocket launcher 15s on it. So it's the AC-20 and 2 medium lasers, and then 3 one-shot rocket launcher 15s. It's a little less armored, but I thought it'd be really fun. It's a periphery special, so painting those up in the 1st Canopian Brigade would be a ton of fun, I think. And speaking of gaming, if you find yourself in the San Francisco Bay Area anytime, well, I say anytime, during the 3rd Sunday of every month, we play over at Games of Berkeley. It's $5 entry fee. We generally play 10,000 BV. It's kind of pickup gamey. We'll be playing this coming Sunday. So if you find yourself in the San Francisco Bay Area, come on down and show me what you got. Love to meet you. Love to chat Battletech. Love to lose against you in spectacular fashion. Catgirl Elementals. Ooh. Wonder if they could be done. Though I'd be a little more partial to getting Mech Frog Elementals. Froggy Elementals would be good. You know, full confession, I never really was one for the whole cat girl trope in Battletech, but seeing how much the community loves that trope, I had to embrace it fully. And that's why that last video was so irreverent. Yeah, that's the word we'll use. I think it was a little more in the territory of lecherous, but we're allowed to have fun here. It's vermilion. I am enjoying it more and more the more I use it. Wondering what color I need to highlight it with, though. Kind of looks like it wants a orange color mixed in for that. And now I need to figure out how to put this cube together. A cube? Pray tell, why are you putting together a cube? I'm picturing, I'm straight up picturing a companion cube from Portal when you say a cube, to be honest. And I know that's not what you're assembling. The orange. I'm working on a legally distinct beholder kin line. Ooh. That sounds fun. That sounds really fun. Tough one to do, though. Hard to represent a beholder or a oh, I can't remember any of the other ones. Hard to represent them without, you know, relying on the established look, if you will. All right, that's 3 out of 4 with a base coat. On this here vermilion color. It's a strange color. It's like a pinky, orangey, reddy mix. But that is what the client's mechs look like. Nice tan. I actually really like this Sandry Dust as well. It's a good choice for a base tone for like a deserty feel. I tend to use Baylor Brown in kind of the same capacity, and it's a little more yellow, a little more warm. Whereas this is more, or I guess, yeah, it's warmer, and it's I guess it's more saturated. Whereas this Sandry Dust is desaturated tan, almost a khaki color. Looks good on a mech. I'll take some cues from this and use it in the future. Okay, I think now by the time I get this mech coated, the first one should be dry again, but we need to maybe pick out some panels here and there to give them a little visual distinction. Lore compliance, smart compliance. It's fun. Paint the Mackie in solid gold if it pleases you. I mean, honestly, full customization is lore friendly. It is BattleTech after all, and there's something special about this game and the lore and the universe. There's a way to make concessions for basically anything you want to run, for the most part, within reason. I kind of draw the line myself at ridiculous min-maxy, super competitive, gamified meta-knowledge builds. I think that's a little excessive. But at the same time, I am generally a fan of 30-25 tech. I think the game is better when the mechs are shittier. It's a funner game. Takes more skill. It's a little slower paced. Simplicity is key. Don't get me wrong. I will absolutely take advantage of 30-60, 30-75 tech when we're playing that era, but honestly, give me the classics. I want to see them Locusts. I want to see them Battle Masters. A Warhammer that overheats. Classic Marauders. Like the Full Metal as put out by Locust Labs this month. Looks fabulous. Kind of has a look that's somewhere in between the modern Catalyst version and the classic model. What are we sitting at? An hour in. We got 4 mechs, mostly base coated. I think we're making decent time. I want s'mores now. You know what? Damn it, I want s'mores now. What have you done? Why have you done this to me? Alright, so AC-10 mech needs a little distinction somewhere. Let me check the reference pics real quick. Check the reference pics. Okay, so occasionally mechs do have a little bit of the vermilion on other weapons. What color are these guns? They look to be like a kind of a dark dark color. Okay, so I'm seeing some mechs with panels on the chest in vermilion. I'm seeing some mechs with panels on their weapons in the orangey color. I think it stands to reason to put some vermilion on this AC10. Got some s'mores Pop-Tarts. Oh, that sounds pretty good. Nice sugary treat. Now, what goes this color? I think it's going to be this whole panel here. Underneath this rangefinder deal. And we're also going to film it for the video. Let me try to get this in both cameras. Yep, okay, that's in both frames. Alright, so I'm going to do this whole panel in vermilion. And it's like, it's underneath this range finding apparatus or recoil absorber or whatever it is. But we want this whole shebang right here to stand. Oh, damn it. Get that mistake off of there. Okay, back to it. Get a little bit of visual interest on the mech. Make it look individualized, but well within a the theme. Sounds like people are impatient out there. Now, this panel also runs underneath this whole bit and butts right up to this connection point of the arm. So we're going to get a little bit of paint on the inside here. I ran it a little too far up. I think that's okay though. I think we're going to go back here in a bit and make this whole deal into a metallic color anyways. Alright. Looks good. Yeah! S'more and fudge Pop-Tarts are the greatest. Cube is now in the hobby corner. Oh. I don't have Discord up on this computer. Let me get it launching. Alright, so I think this one should get a similar treatment, but it's got a different panel here. So we're gonna paint this ring, this like muzzle ring here in the vermilion. And that way, the big guns get a panel done on the weapons, and then I think the missile mechs will get something on the chest or the pelvis in the vermilion color. Damn it, making a mess of my fingers here. Alright, did Discord launch yet? I want to see this cube. I want to see this cube. Checking out the Discord right now over on the hobby corner on the Country Fried Minis Discord. Oh, interesting. Interesting approach. I think legally distinct. Legally distinct sums it up. That is pretty neat. You know, I didn't know what to think when you were saying cube, but now they say a picture's worth 1,000 words, and now seeing a picture of it yes, I see legally distinct beholderkin and most definitely a cube. 50 yen. I remember a paint pattern I wanted to do a while back. A squad that had lost a member and the survivors had painted a different limb of their machines in their comrade's color in memorial. That is awesome. And see, that's the level of RP that I like to bring to the table. Usually when I put together a Lance on the field, all the pilots have names. And I will often paint a little banner on the base, on the front arc, and then write in the banner first initial last name for each of the pilots. I like the idea that there's some high stakes riding on, you know, whether a pilot survives an ejection or whatnot. Yeah, it's fun stuff. And I think you're onto something there, 50 yen. I think that painting up asymmetrical armor panels and like repaired panels and whatnot is very in the spirit of BattleTech. I mean, don't get me wrong, a nice clean paint job looks awesome. But a nice clean paint job with you know, a rusty door from a hasty field repair looks even better. And that's why the big hunchback ended up with a yellow panel. I just made a boo-boo. See if I can... Nope. It's so thin it's already dry. Try to put a little Xandri dust back over it. My eyes aren't the greatest right now. I'm quite tired, y'all. Haven't been sleeping much because of class. And I have a bad habit of staying up late. So we might call this stream after like 2 hours or something. 2.5 hours maybe. 2 hours sounds about right. I have to go to bed early tonight. Definitely. I was struggling to stay awake during lecture this morning. It always sucks. I'm imagining like being a teacher and just watching your adult students falling asleep as you talk. Like, how rude is that? It's not that I'm not interested. It's that I only sleep like 4 or 5 hours a night. I think I will break that cycle this evening when we're done with the paint stream. Plus, it gives me an excuse to stream 2 days in a row, which would be good. Make a new thumbnail tomorrow after class. Hit it back up at 6 p.m. PST. That looks pretty good there. Yeah, looking good there, Hunchy. Now, what panel should you get, Mr. MRM30? I think it's this thing right here. This here, I don't know what you'd call that. But, yeah, this thing. So we're going to go with it. And definitely less is more here. The example pictures that I had have these guys mostly in the Xandri dust. With the understated vermilion panel. Thinking too, there's gonna be some metallics that go on them, but I think I would rather do the oil wash or the ink wash first. However, I also know that ink washing turns into drying, which turns into dead air. Hurry up and wait. So, I'm going to make an executive decision and paint on the metallic. We're going to base coat these. We're going to get the metallics on them. We're going to hit them with the Nuln Oil or the Agrex Earthshade. And then from there, we'll call the stream. And tomorrow, we'll get back at it and do cockpit jeweling, edge highlighting, base work. And then I'll have these done in about 5 hours total of work. And as planned, they'll be in the post for the client Friday morning. Maybe I can get away with Saturday post. But we're gonna get a little work done today. I'm just tired, y'all. I feel it. My eyelids are heavy. I'm not gonna bail on you this quick, but soon. Bare metal head because I keep ejecting. The mechanics have stopped bothering to repaint. Yes. I like a bare metal head on a mech. That'd be fun. Might have to try that out actually. Paint some bare metal parts. You know, I usually do incorporate a little bit of no paint. My hands usually are metallics all the way. I haven't done any metal panels though. Okay, so we're switching back to the acrylic, the Vallejo airbrush color acrylic metal colors. Acrylic metal color airbrush colors. It says color and colors. These are fabulous. I feel almost obliged to mention it every time I use them, but they flow beautifully. You don't have to thin them at all because they're made for airbrush, so they're pre-thinned. They have very heavy mica concentrations, so they perform like a very richly pigmented paint. Get one coat coverage, put it on and done. The only downsides are they take a little stirring. They want to separate out really easily, so you got to stir them every now and then when you're using a brush. And they're thin, so you don't watch your brush control or flood the area with it. It can go everywhere. But they are damn fine paints. Big recommend. And usually worth it. You get, I think they're like 12, 15 bucks maybe for this bottle. But it's like, it's a full ounce of metallic paint. I'm not gonna run out anytime soon. Alright, so we're filling in little details like any type of exhaust vents, the ribbing on the back of the knees, the jump jets. Oops. I was just trying to point that out, not paint it. Try to take that off real quick. Damn it. Is this still dry? I mean, still wet? Yeah, there we go. Alright. Yeah. Big recommend. Get you some Vallejo metal colors. They're really good. Maybe the best metallics I've ever worked with. Of course, that's not too high of a bar to make, because GW generally has really bad metallics. Almost as bad as folk art, in my honest opinion. Okay, I'm gonna stop filming. The metal airbrush colors are great. They flow so well. Yeah, 50 yen nose. 50 yen nose. They are incredible. A game changer, actually. I can't remember what channel I was watching that recommended them, but someone recommended them, and I picked some up on a whim because I kind of feel obliged whenever I'm at the game store to, you know, spend a couple bucks. Just go in there and show my support. Even if, like, I'm kind of broke that week and can just buy a bottle of paint or a Reaper Bones model. And I took a chance on them and picked them up, and I have not looked back since. They are so good. Stupidly good, I'd say. Even better through an airbrush for their, like, intended application. You know, these little antennas look like smokestacks to me. I think they're going metallic as well. Slow progress, but progress nonetheless. We're actually not that far in. Where's my timer? We're in 1 hour and 20 minutes. So I hope that gives a little perspective on getting some rough and ready, like, tabletop standard mechs ready. You could have a two-tone base coat done on 4 models. You can that were pre-primed, but, you know, I'm reasoning that you could have models base coated, or primed, base coated, and ink washed inside of 3 hours for a like just perfunctory tabletop standard. Just kind of awesome. Kind of awesome. I know Brent has recommended VMC. You know, that's probably where I picked it up, honestly. Now that I think about it. Get a very similar paint with about something flow improver and Citadel Iron Hands with 1-to-1. Okay. The little heart symbol on the chat hides some of the text. It's not super great. Alright, so we can't thread the needle and get a little bit of metallics on these joints. Try to minimize how much I muck it up there. Let's do, oops. My fatigue is reducing my accuracy here. No, I got that really all over the place. Have to clean it up. Okay. That is perfunctory. That is good enough. Bit there. Was it Vince? His hobby cheating series is great. I'm trying to recreate his metallic gold recipe. I actually don't know if I've ever watched any of Vince's stuff. I'm aware of Vince. I'm not a consumer of his content. I ought to check them out. They keep getting recommended to me. it's weird. I actually feel like I watch less painting videos now that I'm making painting videos. Tell you a weird thing. I've been real into chemistry videos as of lately. When I'm relaxing and there's no new content from friends of the channel to be picked up, I've been watching chemistry videos. Just find it really fascinating. All the steps involved in transmuting one chemical into another. But no, I tend to watch, let's see, who's the big ones? Ninjon, Night Shift, Goobertown, and I'll drop what I'm doing to watch a Goobertown release. Maybe like 75% of what Squidmar puts out. Same with Miniac. Some of their content is just not what I'm looking for. And then of course, I have a strong bias to some of the friends of the channel. I will drop what I'm doing to watch a Millennial Model Mayhem video, or an RFD hobby release, or a Dan Does release. All good stuff. Another Nate, gotta love explosions of fire. Yeah, you know. Okay. Yes. Indeed. Big fan of explosions of fire. I'm also a fan of the presidents of the United States of America, so like I get his reference there. Who's the one lately I've been watching who did the Cubane first? Is it Kim Delic? Kim Delic. Pretty sure it was Kim Delic. Yeah, Kim Delic's good. Amateur Chemistry's really good. Kimiolis, that's who it is. Thank you. Man, you got me wanting to watch chemistry videos. Oh man. Might ought to do a Discord watch sometime on the watch some chemistry videos on the Discord. Now Red is an alchemist, yes. Now Red is very slow to produce his content as well, which makes me a little sad. I do enjoy Now Red stuff. Yeah, there's people on YouTube doing really cool stuff. It's wild how there's fun stuff out there. There's wonderful things to be seen and experienced, and content to be ingested. And if you ever find yourself inspired, making videos is very fun. Time consuming and very laborious, but quite fun. I think it's a wonderful platform for that. In fact, outside of lurking on Reddit, the only social media that I do is YouTube. It's all YouTube. No Facebook, no Insta, none of that. It's good for your mental health to, limit the input there. But at the same time, I am helplessly glued to my analytics page, watching numbers go up. on the old YouTube. Alright, we're slowing down here. I apologize, y'all. I am increasingly fatigued by the moment. Today has been a long day. But we're gonna at least get this base coating done before I stop. I've got to. Gotta get it out. Gotta get this video out. I mean, get this commission out to my guy, my client. Same, I got rid of all that garbage. Yeah, it was bad. I found that Facebook was maybe the worst. You know, they say that comparison is the destroyer of joy. And I'll tell you, that platform sure has a way of subconsciously pressuring you to compare yourself to others. I mean, to be fair, putting YouTube content up is rife with that as well, but you know, sometimes you get kind folks coming through and enjoying your content, and that's really good stuff. All right, we're sitting at 90 minutes in. Try to get a little pep in my action here. Work a little faster, perhaps. Get the tip of this gun in this jet exhaust. I think we also want to get this little indentation. I don't know if that's showing up too well on the camera there. Let's do that though. Okay. Sitting here wrecking my brain as to what could be the subtext for a piece of content about the UrbanMech. I think it'll be a rant about why the UrbanMech is bad and why everyone is wrong for liking them. That might be fun. And only at the very end of the episode say something like, oh, you can use whatever you want, and that's perfectly fine. Except for an UrbanMech, because it's big garbage. That trash can belongs in the trash. It is such a fun model, though. I do like the idea of UrbanMech Arena, though. You play on a... Just realized I'm not in the shot here, sorry. What if you did... people in... Do you do 3-4? Gunnery 3, piloting 4, UrbanMechs. Maybe balancing them BV wise would be the way. And you play like some Solaris actions with UrbanMechs only. That could be really fun. Let's see, what would it take you to get? You could pick up the old school Tops Solaris 7 map set for like $20, and then you can get this UrbanMech Lance for, I think I paid $23 on Amazon for it, and for $40 have basically a 4-player game box set ready to go. Yeah, get that ribbon there. Starting to look pretty good. 50 yen. My quality of life improved immediately when I left Facebook and generally stopped paying attention to big news cycles. Yeah. I definitely still get sucked into news with Reddit, but it is my guilty doom scroll on the way to college in the mornings. It's like a 25-minute train ride for me, so I tend to pop in the headphones, listen to some loud ass music, and scroll through Reddit comments. Do I comment? No, absolutely not. Would I participate with those heathens? No. But I am reading. I guess it's not true. I do post on the Battletech subreddit. So maybe that means I haven't quit social media actually. But I did quit Facebook. I asked them to delete my account and backed up my data and went through with the full account deletion. And it was actually really shocking, even in knowing how much data they gather, or having an inkling as to how much data they gather. It was really shocking to see how much data they actually gather, because you get all of that when you download your account information. It's cool stuff. Okay, little vents are getting silvered out. Boy, what's next? Need to do this like recoil absorber thing. Or Urbans have their places, a broke-ass Mech Lance, civil defense, and trash. Yeah. Yeah, I could wax poetic about it. There was a really cool mission in one of the early missions in the Crescent Hawk's Revenge. You were basically in this like military base complex, and you had a truck which was trying to load up with LRMs. I think that's what it was. It might have just been like generic munitions. I seem to remember LRMs. And you had 2 UrbanMechs, and you had to fight off a whole bunch of infantry and protect the trucks. And it was kind of dastardly because you'd fight off all the infantry in this game, and then at the very end there was I think it was an assassin blocking the way out, if I remember correctly. Pretty sure it was an assassin. And by the time you're actually doing that fight, your UrbanMechs have used all their AC-10 ammo. And it's 2 UrbanMechs with a small laser each trying to take on an assassin. It was wild. Yeah, so definitely an old game, but no, I remember playing that as a child on my grandparents' Windows 3.1 machine. Playing the DOS version of Crescent Hawk's Inception, Crescent Hawk's Revenge, and the original Mech Warrior. I have tried to go back and play them. They do not hold up, unfortunately. They would only hold appeal to an old grognard like myself. Which evidently is a significant portion of the demographics who enjoy the Country Fried Minis content. I see all the old mech heads out there in the audience. You are seen. I am one of you. I mean, I said it before. I'm as old as the dirt itself. Okay, so I tell y'all, I feel the crushing weight of exhaustion tugging at my eyelids. So, speaking of old man, I think the plan now, I'm going to do this silver. I'm going to call the stream. I'm going to give it 20 more minutes. And I am going to shower and brush my teeth and go to sleep, I think. It's been a long day. Tomorrow is my last day during the week. We'll hop back in here again tomorrow evening, 6 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We'll paint some more models. Well, we'll paint these models. We'll get them. We'll do the fun detail-y bits. Get them painted up. Get them dispatched Friday morning. I thought I was going to get a little bit of video editing in this week, but I'm going to kick that can down the road to next week. We're going to try to get another piece of content out. Going to try to get the Octavia Grimsdaughter video out next weekend. Ideally, it would have been this weekend, but school has added a lot of crunch to my schedule. Damn, I'm also realizing I released that Octavia video next week, and that's not really a lot of time for the contest. It's time for bed, Grandpa. We got your evening herbal tea ready. Thanks for streaming. Got to get ready for a work meeting. It's crazy. I have not been tired like this in a long time. But something about the late nights and the early mornings is rough. You know, I bet it is. I didn't have any coffee this morning. That's what it is. Early. Yeah. And actually, in fact, I tell you what, I'm fading. I apologize, y'all. I thought I had a lot more energy than I did, and I am spent. I am so tired. I'm falling asleep doing this. I can't. My eyes are crossing. So my apologies for calling it a little early. I try to do like 2.5 hours usually for these streams. We're gonna be back at this tomorrow. And do a little bit more of the exciting stuff. A little free-handed, a little basin stuff. It's a little cursed anyways. My tufts are not here yet. I think they should arrive tomorrow. Also, we're part solstice. Tired will happen sooner. It's, yeah, solstice meander myself onto bed. Anyhow, once again, I thoroughly appreciate y'all showing up. We're past solstice. Oh, I see. Your viewership is well appreciated. I thoroughly love chatting with y'all here. So if you're doing any hobbying or whatever you're working on and want to stop by and see what's going on here at the Hobby Corner, please by all means come by. If you're catching this via the algorithm and watching it back, know that you too are seen. please drop in the comments down below what you think is the best UrbanMech chassis. I'd love to hear your input. I'd love to have you over on the Discord. Check out the link in the description down below. And I think with that, this old man is gonna wrap up the evening and go to bed. So I want to thank y'all for joining me. And I want y'all to remember to be happy while y'all are painting. And also to remember that your participation and joy in painting makes me happy while I'm painting. In any case, yeah, I'm tired. Catch y'all tomorrow, same time, same place. See you later.